Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and so you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon, today and coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of When Stars Fall. So y'all, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go! Alright. Yes, even though it's just a portrait, I still feel like I can sense his presence commanding the atmosphere here. Shall we continue the tour? Yeah. We walked from the painting, and even though I knew it was a trick of the perspective, the king's eyes seemed to follow our movements. I let out a small shiver and continued on with Silas. Down this hall is the way to the dormitories where most students stay during their time at the academy. The dorms are split into an east wing and west wing, the former being for women and the latter for men. Up the grand stairway you'll find the majority of the courses and classrooms. Depending on which major someone is in, they may be spending a lot of time up there. Finally, the administration office is this way. Silas led me down a side hall that looked like all the others. We turned and went down another, then another turn in another hall. Again and again. Left, straight, right, and left again. If Silas weren't leading me, I don't know I'd be able to navigate this huge place on my own. Finally, we arrived at an open room with a large circular desk in the middle where 5 people seemed to be working and answering questions. Welcome to the admin office. One of these fine staff members will be able to help you out from here. As for me, I need to prepare some things prior to starting classes tomorrow. If they give you any trouble, just tell them you're a friend of Silas Teagland. I'll be off now. I'm sure we'll see each other again later. And he's gone. I guess I should just go and ask me questions for the staff. Hopefully I'll be able to get some answers or more clues to my memories. I walked up to the nearest available staff member, and was immediately shown a single finger, not in a vulgar manner, just in a way that told me to wait a moment. The staff member I had gone up to was a young woman with dark brown hair tied into a stiff bun. She wore a simple pale blue uniform with large round glasses to match. Judging from her pointed ears, she wasn't human, but an elf. From what I remember of Silas's description of them, she seemed to be working on some sort of strange glowing tablet. Her quick and deft finger movements seemed to be the only thing needed for it to work. A few more moments of awkward silence between us, and the woman finally turned to me. Name? Marcus. I was actually hoping to... surname? Carver. I wanted to... One moment, please. The woman began to work on her device, flicking her finger and poking it repeatedly. Ah, Carver. Marcus. There you are. It looks like your major is still marked as undeclared. I can update it for you. What will your major be? What's your major, dude? Wait, I'm on the list? Of course. You're enrolled as a new student in the Adventurer course. Did you not receive your acceptance letter? No, the thing is, I don't remember applying here at all. I had lost my memory recently, and I came here with Silas to hopefully get some answers. Mr. Silas Teagland? I thought I recognized him. She was quiet for a moment. I'm not supposed to do this without proper verification and documentation, but if you're with a Teagland, then I suppose I can let it slide. She began clicking on her device again, and then turned it for me to see. It says here you were accepted into enrollment this past summer. Only about a week ago, actually. That in itself is strange, since we normally don't accept late entrances. Something else is strange as well. It says that we received your application directly via Architrans from a Mr. E. The more I look into it, the more things seem odd. Look here. She gestured to a panel on her device, where general information on me was located. Name, Carver, Marcus. Age, 20. Sex, male. Date of birth, unknown. Address, unknown. Affinity, unknown. Major, undeclared. Sponsor, Mr. E. Normally with this much information missing, your application should have been denied automatically. She turned the screen away and began sliding her finger along it. How strange. More strange than the missing information and somebody going by Mr. E? It says here your application was directly approved and accepted by Headmaster Hargraves herself. Does the headmaster not normally accept applications? She doesn't. The administration office does. Anyway, that's all the information there is here. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. It's okay. Hoping to get all the answers in one go here wasn't likely anyway. If I may, perhaps it would be best to finish your enrollment here and keep pursuing those answers while attending. That's a good point. The headmaster knows something about me to have gone through the trouble of accepting me herself. Plus, it's not like I have any other leads or any places to stay. Second, y'all. Water time. Okay. That's a great idea. Thank you. Seeing as you've lost your memories, I don't suppose you would know enough about the courses to choose a major just yet. Why don't you meet up with the other new students in the main hall for the orientation and then return here? You'll hopefully learn enough about the courses to choose a major. I'll do that. Thank you again. I left the office and began walking my way back out the main hall. Alright, now which way do I go again back to the main hall? Oh, that's a good... Oh, good. Yeah, good question. Left. I think this is the way. Now which way? What did she say? Good idea, thank you. Okay. Where is... What? What? What do I do? Oh no! Oh goodness! Where do I go? What you made you, dude? Oh god, what the hell? Where do I go? Main hall for orientation, hopefully. Okay. Thank you again, okay. Oh, so I have no idea where to go. Straight, okay? I think this is the way. Now which way? Let's go right. I think it was this one. Left. Wait, was it this way? These halls look the same. Straight. Almost there. Right. Good adventurers always go right. Last hall. Left. Huh. Doesn't seem right. Oof! I bumped into something solid as I turned the corner and fell on my ass. Ow! Who puts a wall in the middle of the hallway? Giant, fuzzy... I looked up at the imposing figure from my place on the ground. A large white wolf beastman wearing only a towel towered over me and glared down. Oh! Well, hello there. Why are you wandering around the men's dorm area without your pal? Dorm area? That's supposed to be on the other side of the castle. I think I got that turned around. Sorry, I was trying to find my way back to the main hall for orientation, but I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. As for my friend, he went ahead to take care of his own things. I held out my hand for him to help me up off the ground. He didn't. Instead, he sniffed the air in my direction. You smell. Never mind. What's your friend got to do with it? I picked myself up from the ground and brushed off my pants even though there wasn't dirt on them. You just asked why I wasn't with my pal. Your PAL, Personal Arcanum Library. All students are issued one when they complete registration. Oh, I haven't declared a major yet, so I guess I haven't completed registration. That's why I was going to orientation to see what majors there were and choose one. My name is Orion Castor, member of the security team and second-year fighter major. I'll escort you back to the main hall. You don't have to. If you could just point me in the right direction, I'm sure I can find it this time. No. No? Why not? Don't trust you. So blunt. Follow me. Is he really going to just walk through the whole place in a towel? I followed the large wolf because it was better than getting on his bad side. Not that I was even sure if he had a good side. We turned down a few halls I hadn't seen before and arrived at a door I was sure couldn't lead to the main hall. Orion held up a small metal plate with a small blue gem engraved into it and held it up to the door. Where was he keeping that? There was a quiet click and he opened the door. We entered a room that was relatively big but had very few things in it. There was a bed in the middle, a desk and a dresser off to the right, and a piano to the left. Second, y'all, water time. I'm curious if you can actually get on the right path or not. Everything on the desk was neatly organized, and the bed was made flawlessly. It almost looked like no one actually lived in the room with how tidy it was. Please take a seat at the desk. And don't touch anything. I did as he instructed and watched as he walked over to the dresser next to the desk and pulled out some crisply folded clothes. He set the clothes on the dresser and turned to me. This is awkward. Are you going to turn around or are you waiting for a show? Oh! Turn around. Oops, sorry about that. I hadn't thought about it. I turned around on the chair so that my back would face him. It's alright. I am also not used to having company. That's a nice bed, though, damn. A few minutes passed in relative silence, the only sounds being a dropped towel and the shuffle of fabric. Alright. I turned back around. Damn. He quickly gathered his towel and placed it into a small basket by the dresser. Let's go. Without another word, Orion made his way to the door, and I followed it back out into the maze of hallways. Orion and I continued down hallway after hallway until we finally reached the main hall again. The orientation group is gathered over there. Be sure to head straight back to the admin office when you're finished. He opened his mouth to say more, but then closed it before turning around and vanishing around the corner. Well, that was something. I headed toward the gathered group for the orientation. I made my way over to the group and stood near the back. It wasn't long before a peppy-looking woman with chocolate skin and bubblegum pink dreadlocks stepped forward and greeted the group with a large grin. Hello. Oh, her name's Ember. I have a friend who goes by that name. Hello, everyone. I'm Ember, third-year Holy Arts student, student representative, fabulous welcome committee president, tour guide extraordinaire, and lots of other things. It's so wonderful to meet you. I'm sure you're all wonderful people, and I can't wait to meet each and every one of you. I was a bit taken aback by her chipperness and glanced around the group. I made eye contact with the hyena, who shared a similar look of disbelief of our tour guide. His expression quickly turned sour, and he turned back to the guide. What's that guy's problem? All right, new students, let's start our tour. Ember began walking further into the main hall toward the grand staircase, but turned left and guided us toward the wall with a large portrait of a regal-looking man. Fun quiz time! Can anyone tell me who this magnificent gentleman is? King Eldritch Gemini II. Correct! Looks like we've got a smart cookie in our group today. Does anyone know what King Gemini II was most renowned for? It definitely wasn't his sense of style. Unfortunately, that is incorrect, mister. The hyena blushed at being called out for his nearly whispered comment. Damn, her hearing is good. Reth Zuberi. Well, Mr. Zuberi, his fashion was actually considered the pinnacle of his era. However, King Gemini was most well known for his perfection and mastery of the holy arts. Before he perfected the art, healing on the battlefield was limited to basic first aid and the minimal use of magic to slow the loss of blood to a manageable level. King Gemini took... What the hell's going on out there? Jesus, y'all can probably hear the stomping outside. King Gemini took this magic to a whole new level and was the first to be able to not only stop a person from bleeding, but to close mortal wounds completely. It's actually quite exciting, but sadly we don't have the time to stay here and discuss his accomplishments further. Moving along now, we'll take a look at the classrooms. I turned to follow the group, but something made the back of my neck tingle. There it is again. That sense of being watched. I looked at the portrait, and the king's eyes were indeed fixated on me again. So creepy. I picked up my pace to catch up with the rest of the group as we ascended the grand staircase and headed to the left. I managed to make it back to the group just in time to hear the tail end of what Ember was saying about the classrooms. And, depending on your major, some of you will be spending a lot of time in these rooms, while some of you may spend most of your time outside in the training grounds. Somehow I ended up next to Reth at the back of the group, which is probably one of the last places I wanted to be. Thank y'all. Water time. Oh my god. As we passed by the rooms, I looked in. They were mostly empty since classes didn't start until tomorrow. But there were a couple of people inside of a room that looked to be some sort of cooking room. Large black pots set on tables and shelved lines with various powders, plants, roots, and liquids lined the walls. Ask Reth. Curiosity got the better of me, and being the only person here I knew the name of at the moment, aside from Ember, I decided to quietly ask Reth, remembering how good Ember's hearing was. Hey, Reth, which major involves cooking? Seriously? That stuff ain't for cooking, it's for brewing potions and magic shit. Ooh, that makes sense. I guess since there are so many mages here. Which major are you in? What you major, dude? Rogue. And quit talking to me. I don't even know you, newbie. Hey, Marcus, I haven't decided a major yet. Seriously? So you're a lazy newbie. Great. What's with the bad attitude? It's not a bad attitude, it's just my attitude when some newbie keeps bugging me with questions. Fine then. Sorry for trying to be friendly. Sorry, y'all, I'm gonna end the video because roommates are arguing really loudly, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks, or if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.